you see a guy in a grocery store, at like Costco or like Meijer, like someplace random, maybe a library, and you just look and you say, he goes to the gym. Like, you can just clearly tell that he goes to the gym. He looks like he lifts. He has muscles. And you just think that, I want to look like that as well. I want people to look at me and just think, he lifts. I want that. To preface this, to look like you actually lift, you actually have to lift. Alright, like, regardless if you do what I'm going to say after this or not, if you don't lift, this won't, all of these tips won't really help you. It won't really be the same as actually lifting, actually taking the time to develop the muscles. If you're going to not actually lift and go straight to the tips, don't expect anything really. Like, truly, don't expect anything. If you're having trouble in the gym though, check out my book. Because entire exercise library that you can choose from, it will teach you how to work out basically in the programming section. It's very long, but it will teach you literally everything you will ever need to know, essentially, about how to lift, about like what a set and reps are. How do I make sets more challenging? How do I make reps more challenging? It covers injuries, it covers cardio. It also has 18 sample plans for you to choose from, so you can just literally choose any of them if you don't want to like create your own. Go check it out in the description. When you lift, to really get the look that you go to the gym, you want to emphasize certain muscles. Usually the most visible muscles, like your arms, so like your biceps, triceps, forearms, your neck, because like your neck's basically always out. Those are, I would say, the most important. Maybe your shoulders a little bit to like fill in your sleeves. Maybe your chest and your back to fill out your shirt. But usually the most visible muscles, those will let people know that like you lift basically. These are the sort of show muscles. Because most of the time, you're not going to be shirtless. Most of the time, you're just going to be with a shirt on. And your forearms and arms are going to be exposed, and your neck. And that's all really people are going to see. Maybe they can see like of your body, like with your shirt on. Maybe they can see like the muscle shapes. Like if you have a sweatshirt on or a jacket on, then you can't really see your arms. You can't see this. You can only see your neck. And if you have a small ass neck, like if you have like a pencil neck, it looks really weird. It looks so weird. So, if you want to like really look like you lift, you want to train specific muscles. You want to train the show muscles. And so besides just lifting, the tips I'm going to go into are just for now. Like they will help you in the now. They are basically band-aids. So the first is to get lean. If you're fat, you won't look like you lift. It's pretty simple, right? Like if you're too fat, you're just fat, and you don't look aesthetic, or like you don't look like someone who lifts weights. We all have the image of a model who lifts weight, has a six pack, is lean, has built arms and definition. If you're fat, you won't have the muscle definition. Right? If you're too fat, you won't be able to see the veins in your arms. You won't be able to like see the definition in your forearms and your biceps or whatever. So you want to be lean. And of course there's a balance, right? You don't want to be lean without muscle, but you also don't want to be with muscle but with a lot of fat. You want to be in the middle. You want to be with muscle, with a certain amount of muscle, but also with less fat. Right? There's a balance that you want to get. But certainly, if you're fat, honestly just get lean. It will help you so much more. If you're fat, just get lean. Number 2 is to choose tighter clothes. And of course, I'm assuming that you're already lean. Right? You want to choose shirts that will hug your body, essentially. They'll accent your body. Like, they'll basically make your chest look bigger by being tight on your chest, by being tight in your back, by being tight in your shoulders, right? Shirts that fit you, right? Doing that will help you a lot. I mean, the thing is with, like, a lot of shirts, the sleeves are all like, standardized, so, like, most of the time the sleeves are way too big. Right? So, there is a trick to do that you can, like, minimize this as much as possible, which is you just take your sleeve, right, and then you fold it once or twice. You basically just fold it like this on top of it. And what this does is it reveals more of your arm, but also like minimizes the illusion that your sleeve gives, because the bigger your sleeve is, the smaller your arm looks. And the more your sleeve is snug on your arm, the bigger your arm looks. It's an illusion, but if you do this, it will work. Like, there we go. It's pretty simple. Another is to wear a V-neck. I'm wearing a V-neck now because honestly, I like V-necks way more than like regular t-shirts. Just something about it, man. Just V-necks, having some exposure of skin. Maybe I just like exposing skin. But V-necks help, right? Because you can get some more skin. You can like show your chest, a little bit. Depends on how deep the V-neck is. And then you also want to get shirts that emphasize the V-taper, right? That are broad out here but narrow at your waist, right? That will accentuate the V-taper. So those are for like your basic shirts. You can also wear tank tops or wife beaters or whatever, shirts without sleeves. And honestly, this only really works for like someone who has like some amount of muscle, who has like definition in their arms and back and chest. Like someone who actually looks like they lift. This is more so just like exposing them in a sense, exposing them to like be seen in the world. Because like, if you're always wearing a shirt, like no one's really gonna know. And if you want people to know, maybe you should expose yourself a little bit. So I would say that just wear these in the gym. There's really no reason to wear them any other time, except unless it's like summer. But like just wear them in the gym. And thirdly, get a pump. This is really only circumstantial. Like you should really only do this for like certain things. Like if you're going on a date, okay, get a pump before it if you really want to. I mean, I don't really think it helps that much, but sure, you can do it. Getting a pump will make your muscles bigger, at least for like an hour or two. Right, getting a pump will do that because it basically sends blood flow into your muscles, and that enlarges your muscles, so you look leaner than you are. Your veins pop out even more, and your muscles look bigger. So it's good for you. These 3 things are just short-term things. If you don't actually lift, these are kind of in vain. Like you can't really do anything. Like you can like help yourself with this, but if you don't actually put in the work, like it's pretty much useless in the long run because it's like multiplying on a base. Let's say you yourself, who has not lifted, starts at the base of 2. Alright, let's say these tricks like this is a big stretch, but like it doubles your base, alright? So you have a base, and then you multiply by 2, you get 4. Okay. Let's say I have a base of 4, and I still double it, so I get 8. It's a difference of 6. Right? It starts off from a difference of 2, but it becomes 3 times the difference because I have a bigger base. Right? So you want to lift. These are just tricks. These are just tricks that you can use now to give yourself a better illusion. But you can't beat the real thing with an illusion. Right? You have to have the real thing. You have to have the muscles to support yourself. So lift. Get my book and lift, please. Thank you. And like and subscribe.